cricketer turned politician Imran Khan was sworn in as the 22nd Prime Minister of Pakistan. Now, at the ceremony, there was only one well-known Indian guest, and that's Punjab Minister Navjot Singh Sidhu. Now, Sidhu deciding to visit Pakistan for the swearing-in ceremony at the request and invitation of his dear friend and former cricketer has turned into a bit of a controversy here back home. In fact, not only are various BJP groups protesting against the visit, Haryana Minister Anil Vij has said that his act shows disloyalty towards his own country. He also said that at a time when there's mourning going on for the death of former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee, was it appropriate for Sidhu to go to Pakistan for this event? Well, to speak more about that, joining us from there, we have Navjot Singh Sidhu joining us. Well, thank you very much for speaking to NDTV, and you're the only high-profile guest from India, the only one of his cricketing colleagues attending this ceremony. Tell us, what was it like?
Well, you're going to be part of history when you are invited by a friend for such a big event. It was, a very humbling kind of an experience that a 35-year-old relationship of trust culminated in an invitation from him when he became Prime Minister of Pakistan. So it is humbling and frankly speaking, I consider it as a great honor.
Well, the reports suggest that he seemed to have gotten a little tearful. We saw him stumbling as well. Did he seem nervous to you, captaining the entire country?
Not at all. He was not nervous. I think, see, the swearing in was in chaste Urdu. There is a special language in which the swearing in takes place. So I personally feel, he was as confident as I've always seen him. After the swearing in, he came up to me, he walked up to me, gave me a big hug and said, thank you very much for coming. And then he said, like an elder brother would say to a younger brother, shabash, shabash, and proud of you. So, then we had a conversation with him for almost 30 to 40 minutes at the Secretariat, where he met the winning World Cup team, and I was with them. So it's just a great feeling, to be part of all this, part of celebration, and more so, I've always said when something like this comes up, कि ये दिन खास था, करोड़ों लोगों का विश्वास था और जीता जागता इतिहास था.
What we also saw in the footage was that the army chief of Pakistan came and he hugged you twice. Can you share with us what he was like? What did he say to you?
No, he came up to me. The first thing is that he's a Jat. Bajwas, Chimas, Sidhus, Sandhus are, they come from the Jat family. That's one. So when all the three army chiefs had to come and meet the people who were sitting in the front row. So I met the naval chief as well and the air marshal as well. And then in between, Bajwa Saab walks up to me and he said that, I'm a general who wanted to be a cricketer. So it was his dream that he wanted to be a cricketer one day. And then he was very warm and he said that, Navjot, we want peace. That was wonderful to hear. And then, without, me saying anything, he says that when you celebrate the 550th birthday of Baba Nanak, which is a Gurpurab that everybody in Punjab looks up to, because we seek guidance from the first Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, and we take a lot of pride in those celebrations. He says, we'll open up the Kartarpur Sahib corridor when that takes place. It was like a dream come true, and I was so overjoyed that he says, happy? I said, sir, I'm very happy. So he comes forward and he says, we'll even think of doing better things. So which was very positive. I think we need to take cognizance of the fact that this is a change, and any change will bring hope. Hope sees the invisible, conquers the impossible. Once you have hope and trust in a man that you've known for the last 35 years. So if he says that you come one step forward, we'll come two. I think the more important thing is that I pray to God, whatever has to be done by the government. I have no control over that. But I pray to God that India takes that one step, because this is something which is new. This is something which is like a new dawn. And ultimately, if we have to, move forward, peace and talks on the table, moving in a positive direction is the only way.
I know that you probably didn't have time to get into the nitty-gritties of India-Pakistan policy, but from what you know of him through all these years, what can you tell us about what to expect from Imran Khan, the Prime Minister?
There's one thing that I know about him. There will be no compromises. He will not compromise. The collapse of a man's character stems from the compromise corner. The second thing that I can be very sure of, that he has clarity of thought. He'll listen to everybody, but he will do what he thinks is the right perspective. So I personally feel, when you have someone that you feel is a person of credibility, of trust. In Hindi they say jancha, parkha and khara. Somebody who's gone through the ordeal of life, somebody who's actually taken those hard, tough tests and, had the tenacity to claw out of those difficult situations. Because character is not made in a crisis, it is exhibited. And that is what that's where I'm coming from. And I have hope, I have that trust, and only time will tell the next 6 months or 1 year. Because, nobody can actually come up with a policy and implement it in 5 months, 6 months. That's too early. I think you've got to give someone at least a year to assess the direction in which he is going to go. There's one thing that I'm sure about. He will be taking the positive direction. And according to me, positive anything is better than negative nothing.
Sunil Gavaskar has written a piece today telling everyone about their conversations, what he was like. We always think of India-Pakistan cricketers being in a kind of warring mood, that they're fighting with each other. Tell us what his impressions were about India, what he felt about India when he would visit as a cricketer.
Oh, he's visited India almost 30, 40 odd times. So he understands the people. He's got a lot of friends here in India, and he talks very fondly of his relationship with the people of our subcontinent. So there's a positive side of Imran Khan, where I feel that, he will not take a short-term route or a shortcut. He will actually take the tough path, and that tough path will be actually progressive. Somewhere down the line, I feel that elections are not fought for the next election. Elections are fought for the next generation. This is a leader who will actually take cognizance of that fact.
Now, there are some who think that you shouldn't have gone to Pakistan because of the tension that exists between both countries. To them, what would you say?
Listen, my thought process has always been very positive. I've always wanted to swim in the blue ocean, where there's space for everybody to swim. There is no bloodshed. See, we most of the times, I see the red ocean, where everybody's cutting each other. Everybody's, pulling each other down. See, I'm a positive person. If somebody criticizes me, it doesn't affect me. Duniya mein sabse bada rog, mere bare mein kya kahenge log. The kind of love and affection that I've got from here, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's not even setting in. The warmth, love and affection has been heart-rendering. Really a great honor how they've actually facilitated us. So I think somewhere down the line, you've got to take a path of peace, prosperity and positivity.
Yes, but Haryana Minister Anil Vij has called it an act of disloyalty, that friendship is not bigger than the country.
It's not necessary to react to everything.
To those that say that AB Vajpayee mourning is on in the country, the Punjab Chief Minister should take action against you?
Well, he just needs good wishes. I don't think I will encroach and transgress on dangerous territory. He's a mature man. He's elder to me, about 7 or 8 years. He's more experienced. He takes his own decisions. I just wish him well. I give him a big hug, wished him well, and I am a well-wisher as well, because I know कि पाकिस्तान की अगर perception बदल सकती है, तस्वीर और तकदीर बदल सकती है, तो he can be a great instrument. You know, पड़ोसी के घर में आग लगती है तो सेक आपको भी आता है, और अगर पड़ोसी के घर में ठंडक है तो आप भी वो ठंडक महसूस करते हैं. So it's an air that travels across, and that is where you know, my father used to tell me that he would go on bicycles from Khalsa College Amritsar to Islamia College, stay overnight, play hockey and come back. You know, there were the Hoshiarpuriyas who would travel caravans of you know, ponies that would take them to you know, there is a phrase, Jo Sukh Chhajude Chabare na Balk na Bukhare. They would go to Balk and Bukhara through the Karakoram Pass. So all those days were very good. And when the borders were open, I think Amritsar was the greatest mandi in the entire Asia. So I have dreams. I think of positivity. I think of benefiting people. Jinki kismat pe taale lag gaye. You know, it's good to be positive. And as I keep repeating, fear clogs, faith liberates. And that is where I'm coming from. Doubt creates a mountain, faith tunnels through it. The Vedas say, संपर्क जब टूटता है तो संदेह पैदा होता है. You know, when there is no communication, when there are no talks, you know, then doubt emerges. संपर्क जब टूटता है संदेह पैदा होता है, और संदेह के धरातल पे विश्वास पिघलता है. And somewhere down then the lack of trust happens. There should be talks, there should be a forward movement, there should be positivity. And you know, I believe in Vasudevam Kutumbakam. My mother was a Hindu, and putting me on her lap, she would say, Vasudevam Kutumbakam, the whole world is my country, all mankind, my brethren, and to do good, my religion. That's what I believe in, and that's what the great Baba Nanak said. And I told the people over here, I said, you recite namaz 5 times in a day, tusi 5 waqt de namazi ho. And when we pray, we say, Nanak naam chaddi kala, tere paane sarbat da pala. We wish well for all. Asi tuadi khair pehla mangde ha. Somewhere down the line, that muhabbat paigam has to surface. The blue ocean has to come up.
Well, Navjot Singh Sidhu, thanks very much for speaking to NDTV and sharing your anecdotes and experiences about Imran Khan, the new Pakistan Prime Minister, with us. Thank you.